We are live. Hello, folks. My name is Abby from Abby's Panel, which you will know if you've landed on my channel. And I have Caitlin from Mad Cheshire Rabbit here with me today. Nice little. Yeah, we're gonna read. We're gonna sprint. I need to do both.
Same.
Raquette reads. Hi. Yeah, honestly, I need to get some reading done. Me and Caitlin usually chat on a Wednesday. And I was like, oh, yeah, like 100% down for that, as always. And then I realized that I needed to read and that we would just stay on till stupid o'clock. Literally, I have a video going up in a few days. I mentioned this in the video. The last time we did this, I gave Caitlin a lesson on tectonics at 11 p.m.
It was beautiful. I remember everything.
I feel like you're lying, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I remember the basics. I remember the dumbed down outline you gave me. I have it stored away into my non-scientific
That's what I was hoping you would remember. That was the aim. That was my only aim, was to get you to remember the very basics. Okay. I also need to clean the bathroom. I would rather read. So I think Caitlin can't stay too long. Because the gas man is coming in the morning. So she has to actually wake up at a reasonable hour. Damn student. And so because of that, we won't be staying on till midnight UK time. For reference, it's 8 p.m. UK. So we won't stay on for 4 hours. But yeah,
we're saying that then.
Leave it a normal time. Oh god, I hope we don't. I'm not doing that.
Every time I say yes to calling with you, I'm like, okay, 10 o'clock, I'm coming up, I'm going to bed, I need to get up in the morning, and then it's like turns 11 o'clock and I'm like, where did that go?
Literally, we're like, it's midnight, we should go.
Yeah.
And then we're like, no. Oh, this one's it. No.
Yeah.
Lizzie! Lizzie, what are you reading? I want to know. That's the thing as well. It is Gothtober, and so I'm reading my mixture of gothic and not gothic books. So yesterday I was editing a video. I was just telling Caitlin this before. I was editing the video that's going to be going up soon. Like the day after YouTube decides to generate the subtitles for it. It's half an hour long. I'm not generating them myself. And so I did that all of yesterday. Like I finished work and then I edited that video until 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning? What? 2 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't that bad. So I didn't read my chapters yesterday, which isn't good because I'm doing a buddy read of Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett.
That's a chunky boy.
It is. It is 1,088 pages.
That's so scary.
I'm only 156 pages into it so far. Decent chunk of the way through. And so far there has been like kind of two main points of view. One is of it's set in the 1100s. One is of a builder who's currently out of work and trying to support his children. And the other one is of a monk. Currently, we're in the monk's point of view. That's been the primary thing at the end of it. And I never thought I would care about monk politics, and yet here we are.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Hold on, let me add this to my wish list.
Not yet. Let me finish it. But I'm buddy reading this with Carrie from Caring for Books. I'll have to link her channel at some point. But yeah, be glad, Caitlin, that I'm actually picking this up. She made me keep this. We did like another one of our very long video chats because she thought this was pretty when I was unhauling books, so she made me keep it.
It's not okay for a pretty book to be a bad book, so you just kind of have to trust.
I hope so, because I read Fall of Giants by Ken Follett, which is his first book in the Century trilogy based around World War I, and that was interesting, but I read it very much in pieces, like over years, so I wasn't vibing with it as much, so I hope I enjoy this more. And yeah, so I need to read this to actually, chat to Carrie about the two sections that I should have read yesterday and today. And then I'm also reading one chapter a day, so obviously I didn't do anything yesterday, of Dracula.
Oh, finally. And how are we finding this? Did you get past chapter 1?
I did. I've read chapter 2. I will be starting
Good
chapter
for
3
you.
today if I get through Pillars. I'm not mad at it. I don't see what your problem is with it. Like, literally. So, right. A lot of classics you go into knowing what's going on. Like, you know the plot of the classic. Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I knew what was going to happen. Most people know that story. So I know vampire, Transylvania, probably some sort of bat. And so I expected it to be ages like the other classics until something actually happened. He figures out that he ain't fully human in chapter 2. Like, Caitlin, pick it back up. Read chapter 2, please. Just read chapters 1 and 2.
I try so hard. I don't know, like, maybe I read further ahead. But I just remember having this like really long section of him talking about what he had for dinner, and I was like, no. I'm not doing this.
Caitlin, dearest, this is where I use my... I guess you haven't learnt these skills because you're supposed to do the exact opposite. This is where I use my skills gained from university of skim reading.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
My brain's been trained not to do that.
My brain was trained to do that. So I'm like, okay, you're just listing food. Skim, 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 skim. Wonderful. So I'm fine with bits like that. Like, if I care, then I'll nip back up and read it again. If I'm like, oh no, wait, I actually want to know what they say properly. But if it literally is just, it's probably also why I'm going to get through Lord of the Rings better than some people do. Because all of the descriptions, I'm like, this is fine. I'll skim read it and my brain will just kind of create the world around me. It's very handy. And then
be the promoter of bad habits.
And then the final book that I'm reading, because 3 clearly is a small number, is The Gilded Ones by Nomina Fauna. I am 92 pages into this. So if you don't know the plot, basically this girl, they have like a cutting ritual. So I guess trigger warnings for that. There's some trigger warnings at the start of this book anyway. And if your blood comes out gold, then you are taken off to be in this special army. It's only 16-year-old girls that are recruited into this. And so she has just arrived. So far, in the kind of like learning about the world and getting there, very interesting, very much enjoying it, but it's going to change now. So I'm curious as to what happens. What about you? What are you reading?
Abby, my dearest, I'm reading a book that you could be reading right now if you weren't you. I'm reading The Spear of Truth by Caroline Logan.
Okay, so first of all, that is the 4th and final book in the 4 Treasure series by Caroline Logan, which is a goddamn amazing series. Secondly, Caitlin got me this for my birthday. I know this because I was like, you need to tell me, because if you don't, I'm just going to buy it for myself. And it is... Let me just... It's in this box with all of my other birthday presents, because it's my birthday on the 13th, and I won't open it until my birthday.
It's ridiculous. It's cute and I love it and I don't want you to stop, but at the same time it's like, come on.
I'm so excited to read it. Like, I'm so tempted to, like, once I've opened it on the 13th, just be like, okay, goodbye everything else. Just sit and read.
I can tell you right now, you should be excited. This tops everything else that she's already written in the series. Fantastic. Why don't you break your rule just for this one?
No. I don't open the presents until my birthday. It's the 5th, not the 13th. Anyway. So, Raquette says, I made you a few pages of notes and then switch to a book after your pizza was ready. That's a good plan. Do some work and then, like, chill while you eat. That makes sense. Then Lizzie is reading Babel, only 2 chapters because your buddy reading it, and listening to God's Grave. Babel is such a slow read, but it's enjoyably slow. So, like, I would be frustrated at only reading 2 chapters because I wanted to carry on with it, but at the same time, it's a really, at least for me, it was a really slow read. So I'm hoping you're enjoying it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. And then God's Grave is on my extended October TBR, if anyone's seen my TBR video. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you think, because I know that it's my dad's already read them, my copies actually. I got him onto Nevernight, and he was like, "Can I read the next one?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he didn't like it as much, so I've only read Nevernight. So I don't
I
know.
don't
He
know.
thought they were funny, but not as good.
I don't know how other people see the rest of the series, because I feel like I agree very heavily with your dad. There is a major vibe change in God's Grave. I feel like Nevernight, fantastic, great, 4-star, confident reads. God's Grave was Jay Kristoff getting a bit too cocky. He was getting a wee bit too obsessed with himself, obsessed with his writing, obsessed with other things, and it's like
So
there's very
he
little
was
plot.
your standard racist, sexist white man.
You know? Yeah.
Yes, Ali, I am sprinting. It's purely so me and Caitlin don't stay up till midnight chatting. There is a risk that that will happen anyway, which you'll be quite happy about because that'll be like normal o'clock in the US.
If you're
And
trying
you
to
are
wake
also
up,
trying to
here you are.
probably. Oh, you're reading Babel with Celine. I didn't know that. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I want to know what you both think. How has Celine not mentioned she's reading Babel? Bitch.
I have 2 questions.
How dare
Is
she
it
not tell me?
Babel or Babel?
If you're American, it's Babel. If you're English or British, it's Babel. I don't know if you're Australian or Canadian. I assume Canadians will go Babel and Australians Babel, but not always.
See, Babel just comes out better. So, like...
My brain, I learnt this through reading, so my brain says Babel. So I hate myself because, like, with all the love in the world, Ali, I don't know. No, I'm not American. English.
Is it Dark Academia?
Yes, it is set in Oxford in the 1800s. Basically in Babel Tower is like part of the Oxford University, and they have translation students in there. And so they obviously get a lot of foreign students in. In the 1800s in Britain, racism abound, and like quite like they're like helping like commit these atrocities against their people, but they're not actually trying to help because Babel has given them it's one of those like really complex, like everything is intertwined stories, really deep, really well done, lots of trigger warnings. Lots.
I am intrigued. I really like. I keep picking it up in Waterstones because they have a beautiful hard copy edition of it, and I'm like, this looks scary. Put it back.
I will say Waypoint Books is selling it as well. Just FYI, the independent bookshop run by Hannah from Letter M. If anyone is wanting to buy Babel. But yeah, it's a big book. It's like 400, 500, 600. I don't know how big. It's large.
It's like,
but I really enjoyed
it. It's very, very chunky.
Is this big?
It's so beautiful though. I just love like the whole design for it. Oh my god. Abby, talk about flexing.
It is 550 pages in this edition, if anyone is curious, which is the Elena Great edition. It's
so beautiful. But it is so big.
It's a very slow read. So you know, I'm saying this to Caitlin because she knows me. You know that usually means I ain't about it. Slow read is usually but I couldn't put it down. Like, I loved it. It was just so good. So I think you should give it a go. You read classics. You have read War and Peace.
I know, but that just looks really big and scary and daunting. I don't know why.
How long did it take you to read War and Peace?
A week.
Took me 9 months.
I was doing a challenge for myself.
A week to read War and Peace. A week.
I'm still
I don't blame you. But yes, so Lizzie is not enjoying God's Grave. Good to know. Yay, so excited. I struggled as it is with Nevernight. It's, again, a similar thing. It was like slow and small writing, which makes it even slower for me. But I was enjoying it, so that does not bode well. I hope I disagree with you, Caitlin, and my dad.
I hope you do, so greatly.
hope
Like, I really hope you have a complete opposite opinion, because if you have my opinion, you're going to struggle getting through that book so much.
Yeah. Then we've got Destiny jumping in. So hiya. Hoping to finish The Vegetarian by Han Kang. I've heard a lot about that one.
I've heard a lot about it too. It sounds fantastic.
It does, from what I've heard of it. But then I can't remember the specifics. And so now my brain has decided to...
It's just one of those that you just automatically like, oh, good things with that title.
Yes.
It's
just like, that title, that cover, and people say good things. Yes, on Pro TBR, don't need to know anymore.
Oh my god.
That's how my brain works. Then Ali saying that her and Celine are enjoying Babel. Quite surprised with how much you want to keep reading. Even yes, this is what I mean. It's so slow, and like there's a lot in each and every page. Like every sentence is like crafted, and yet you don't want to put it down. Ali says what I was thinking, and you've got 2 copies of Babel now. I'm guessing Fairy Loot and a Lumacrate, and if not, then a Lumacrate and Waypoint. It doesn't have a special edition. I just assumed that if you were going to get it from anywhere, it'd be from Hannah. And then you're also reading Belladonna, Gleam, Parallel Hells, and Unmasking Autism. I assume from you having Belladonna that the 2 Babel copies you've got are Illumicrate and Fairy Loot, because it was the Fairy Loot that had special edition, and that was in Belladonna. I was close. So close. Fairy Loot and Standard. I personally think that the Illumicrate one is the prettiest, so I'm quite happy. Then what else do we have? Reading A Curse of Dark and Lonely, but I also need to read Den of Vipers for a buddy read. I've not... Sorry, the moon went white and distracted me. I've not read Den of Vipers. And I've not heard too much about it, but I've heard a lot about A Curse of Dark and Lonely. Why are you laughing at my reaction to the moon, Caitlin?
It's so adorable. You're just a little angel, honestly.
You got me the moon.
I know,
it's the pumpkins and the Halloween.
I feel like I captured your essence so well with that.
Prefer the Fairy Loot, not a big fan. That's fair enough. I have a total of 3 slipcase editions in this library, and one of them isn't mine. It is one that I bought for Chris in 2018, which is the Folio Society edition of The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin.
Okay, he is a lucky man. That's beautiful.
He's still got a gorgeous, may I add, book on his TBR. He's not read a book in like 3 years, from my parents, which is translated Japanese short stories. I need to steal it. I appreciate you, Lizzie, so much. Like, even without it being like X number of pages too long. I'm demisexual. I'm not about no smut. It's not my vibe. Ali didn't like it. Now that's bad, because I know that you love your smut. So if Ali didn't like it, then good luck. Work it. Good luck. For a buddy read as well. Hopefully it's too long in the way that you can still joke about it with people. Fingers crossed. And then Ali has read A Curse of Dark and Lonely, but couldn't get to the second one. I've heard, I think it was Carrie that was telling me that I should pick up A Curse of Dark. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I swear these book titles get longer and longer. Made it through Den of Vipers and kind of regret it. We love. Good morning. Morning, Mel. If anyone's wondering, Mel's in Australia. Before Caitlin gets confused, because it's 10 to 9 at night. In England and Scotland.
I'm envying the people who are waking up right now.
So yeah, Ali's, in like a nice kind of like afternoon, getting on like later in the afternoon time. Mel's getting up this morning, and you and me are like, it's nighttime. Good vibes, spooky vibes, but yeah, nighttime. Speaking of spooky vibes, how long should we read for?
How long do you want to read for?
That is the least helpful possible
I
answer.
took an English degree. This is because I am indecisive. Everyone who took an English degree knows this fact. You have to pick for us.
For God's sake. Also, Ali, I am so jealous of both you and Caitlin. Caitlin keeps messaging me when she wakes up early at like 10 a.m. and I'm there like I've been at work since 8:30.
I'm so sorry. You know, if it makes you feel any better, I'm usually up. It's just I have so much to deal with when I'm awake. So it's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
You hurt my soul. My soul. It pains me. Better be love. What's happening? Lizzie suggesting 30 minutes. That is fine by me. We can do a 30-minute timer. And then Roquette's gonna drink while reading and say, oh yes, that is perfect. That's the perfect.
I'm honestly kind of tempted to do the same.
Oh God, you're reading smut? Oh dear Christ. You mean Caitlin? Or me? Because Caitlin is wearing a hat.
Can everyone leave this hat alone?
I never.
I like this hat. This is one of my favourite hats.
I just said it was a paperboy hat. That was all.
That's a vibe. I'm jumping on that.
Alright. Lizzie also has an English. Are you all like this? Are all English degree people like this?
There's one reason you take an English degree. There's two reasons why you take an English degree. One, because you couldn't get into any other thing. And two, because you don't know what you want to do at the end of it, but an English degree is not specific enough, so you can do anything.
You could do that with a geography degree.
But geography is so specific. An English degree, you can literally go into accounting with an English degree.
You can go into accounting with a geography degree. Geography.
Yeah, that's science.
There's human geography and physical geography, and you can get degrees that do both. So, like, human geography includes like sociology, psychology side of things.
My brain just broke.
Physical geography, which is what I focused on. So that's why I've got a BSc rather than a BA. That is the sciencey side of things, but then it's biology, chemistry, geology, physics, everything wrapped into one. And then on the art side of things, the BA side of things, it's sociology, psychology, English, humanitarianism stuff. You need to be able to do them all to do geography.
That's insane. That's just cruelty. That's honestly torture.
But it's just, to me, geography is just common sense. Which is why I picked it.
Ouch!
You're like,
oh my God! Talk about cheap shots.
You were like, oh, I can't make decisions. I was like, neither can I. I just picked the thing that was easy. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm really dumb. I'm really stupid. Before you say anything, I had migraines in my first year of my A-levels, which is the exams that we do before we go to university in the UK. And so I had migraines in the first year of those, meaning that I literally failed 2 of them. I failed German and biology. Failed. Use. That is not common in the UK.
But you're so smart. You have such
I have a master's degree and I failed my first year of A-levels. But yeah, so I was feeling real dumb and I was like, well, let me just go for geography because it's easy. That is my vibe.
Easy.
I mean, at least it's dark there as well. Oh, you meant because it's dark. I thought you meant about the waking up.
I mean, I would turn the light on, but then it's not going to work. So we're just going to listen. Welcome to Scotland. It gets dark at this time.
We apologise. 6:50 in the morning. Oh, I mean, reading Robin Hobb. I've not read anything by her yet. She's on my TBR, but like, yes. Oh, too early. Too early. I don't even get that early when I've got work. No.
I am in awe. I am so impressed. I can't. I honestly, the bar has been raised to an unreachable standard.
Caitlin never become a teacher.
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Public decisions, but you're a Gemini. I know nothing about star. I know my star sign, and I know the thing about my star sign because it's nice and easy. If you don't know, with me mentioning my birthday before, I am a Libra, and so that is all about balance. It's very easy to remember because it's literal scales for the picture.
I'm sorry. What about you as balance?
Everything.
I'm sorry. Look at the number of books that you read at once, right? And then all the work that you do at once, and it's like, where's the balance?
Do I not balance my books every month?
Oh, okay. That's cheating.
But no, like, it's all about, like, equality and fairness. And that is me. Like,
that's
I will fight you if you're not equal, if you don't treat people equally. Oh, no. I don't have an English degree, but only because I couldn't afford to go to college at all. Yeah, the US, like, the UK isn't great for cost for university. I mean, don't you shake your head, you little sod. England isn't great.
I'm agreeing with
stuff
you. Also, at the same time, though, like, even though it's free, it's a lot cheaper. It is so much cheaper, but you do have to pay back a very large chunk of a loan that you have to get in order to get the tuition. So you apply for the tuition. Alongside the tuition, you get loan.
Caitlin, we get that loan as well.
Yeah, so, like, we still have to pay money back.
I know, but it's just,
No, trust me, I know.
We have the entire thing. And then in the US, they're just there crying, dollar bill notes, hoping that they can pay for college. See, yeah, it's ridiculous how expensive it is over there. Like, it's not great here, but English degrees are great. No, see, I hated English grammar. English literature, I wanted to do for A-level, and I did it for, it's AS, it's like the half of an A-level. I did it for AS levels. And I got a C without going to any of the classes or doing any revision. So I'm not right at English lit. Look, the teachers were horrible. We've had this discussion before. My teachers were awful. My form tutor went and screamed at them because they were that bad to me. It's
just impressive that you managed to get that grade.
They were just so ableist. They were awful. Geography is not normal. It's literally just common sense. Like, all the physical geography stuff. All the physical geography stuff about the planet is just common sense of, like, well, if you actually think logically step by step about how, like, a rock is going to go from the top of a mountain to the, like, right at the edge of a river going into the ocean, and, like, how it's going to erode down. Of course it is, because it's going to get bumped as it gets moved down. Yeah? You bump. Erode it. Smaller. Geography. It's easy. Easy peasy. I know. I have one Robin Hobb book on my shelves from Olivia. It's Assassin's Apprentice. So it's on the TBR. I promise. I know. It seems like my thing. It really does seem like my thing. So I need to pick it up. Fingers crossed I enjoy it. Yeah, in the UK when I went, it was £9,250. Well, it was £9,000 meant to be for the first semester that I was at uni ever in first year, and then they put it up to 9,250, even though they're not supposed to increase it once you've started your studies. We were all quite angry. But yeah, like, it's only like 30,000, 40,000 for the three. Our degrees are 3 years in England. Scotland's 4 years because they only do 1 year of the A-level equivalent. Nice and confusing.
Yeah. Talk about a nightmare.
I know. We're only like 100 miles apart. Used to be such a night owl. See, I switched drastic. I'm either a massive night owl or a massive early bird. And I live with my partner who does not do this switching. He is only night owl, and ergo my brain is just going more and more night owl as time goes on.
The vibe.
Okay, I don't think it's fair to tar all English students with the same brush as you and Caitlin.
I'm sorry, we're the ones who go to the classes. In fact, we're probably the higher standard.
That is concerning.
I don't actually mean that. There's too many people who are smiling.
Yeah, I don't know how much debt I have. Actually, I should probably figure that out at some point. But we don't have the same paying off situation as you guys do. Not, I think it's similar in Scotland, but in England and Wales, it's not until you earn over a certain threshold that you then have to pay any of it back. Weirdly, the threshold for paying it back is lower on a postgraduate loan than it is for an undergraduate loan. So I don't earn that much. I earn a good amount, but I don't earn that much. Like I'm happy, I'm comfortable, but I'm not rolling in it. And so I qualify to pay back my postgrad loan, but I don't qualify to pay back my undergrad loan.
That's bizarre. That's really bizarre.
That should have been higher. Like, surely you need to earn more to pay back the postgrad loan.
Yeah, because surely your job would be higher to pay your postgrad loan.
You would think.
Yeah.
That's not. Although I did get a £500 raise that's going to be enacted as of the 11th of October.
Oh. Brag away, Abby.
That's £500 over the entire year, so don't get too excited.
That's where they get you.
Yup. Now, let me... There we go. If it works. Hey, it worked.
You found a spooky one. Yay!
Yeah. You gotta go with the spooky one. You need the spooky vibes. So, we're gonna sprint for half an hour. Anything you want to do before we sprint?
Maybe we should stop talking. Because we'll just keep going.
We will. This is why we did this, because otherwise we would have just kept going. So I'm going to try and finish off section 1 for today of the Pillars of the Earth, and then get a decent way into section 2. So let's see how much I can manage in half an hour. Good luck with your reading, everyone. Someone needs to. I think I might mute the timer. Because dear Christ, is that creepy? So I'm just gonna mute it. I'll unmute it at the end if need be. Sorry for creeping you all out. You know, I'm now really curious how this ends. I'm just gonna bear with me. So. Okay.
It's probably a really good thing you muted that.
Note to self: find a different fucking timer.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Also, I wasn't even sharing the audio. That was just it coming out of my monitor and being picked up by the mic.
Your neighbors must have a lot of concern right now.
Oh god, I really do need to close my window.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Oh, good lord.
I guessed it correctly. Yes, screaming alarm. Didn't mean to. Look, I'm sorry. Oh god, okay. So, Shay's here, Shay, hello, I hope you're doing good. And we also have the Locked Booktician. Both of them have amazing videos, by the way. You need to follow both of them, 100%. Kit Kat can read. Kit Kats can read. Hello. Lizzie. Didn't read, you're watching. What is Critical Role? I keep hearing people talk about it. You know what it is? You look like you're out of the noughties. In that hat.
Me?
Yes.
Well, I was born in 2000, so technically I am.
What do you mean you were born in 2000?
I mean, what brings me joy is you probably knew, you were probably aware, you had probably had consciousness in the year that I was born.
Yes. I have memory. That's awful. That's absolutely, that is horrendous. I am reevaluating our entire friendship.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Am I mature for my age, or are you immature for your age?
Both. I am both, and so are you.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one lad on our team at work that was born in this millennia, and we take the absolute shit out of him.
Cruelty.
But then we also had one lad that just turned 30, so we were asking what walking stick he wanted for his present.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Mel. I'm so sorry.
I would hate to think that people weren't prepared for that.
I mean, hopefully, like, we talked a little bit before, so hopefully it wasn't like the shock and surprise. Fingers crossed. It's still awful. Hi, Charles. I mean, is there a wrong time? Yes, there is. You joined when I put the scream on. Yes, you joined at the wrong time. That's the only wrong time there
that we're
is.
going for. That's exactly what this live show is all about.
I said it was spooky. D&D show. I have been. My partner and his friends have decided. Well, his mate essentially has decided he wants to do D&D. So he's asked all of us if we want to join in. So I may be doing a D&D campaign. I did one in uni like 3 times, and then never did it again because I had a. It was third year. I had a dissertation to do.
Yeah.
Hi, Sam. You're the same age as my partner. He was born in 82 as well. You're not that old. You're fine. I'm a very old soul. I'm friends with a lot of young people. I don't know how this happened. All of my friends are either drastically older or drastically younger than me. I have very few friends in my age bracket. Ew, children. Ew. Ali doesn't mind, I promise you. Ali will just be like, yes, ew, children. I was one of those mums that's like, children are awful, only have them if you want them.
Granted, I feel like everyone should be like that.
Yeah. And now I feel like I should replay the scream just to torture Ali. That's
No,
not gonna
Abby, no.
Maybe not. Fine. Mel's the oldest, born in 1980. Still a spring chicken, man. You're only 42. Only read a little bit. I set up some productivity sprints for later this morning, if anyone's around it. With all of the love in the world, if I'm around at midnight, then you all need to yell at me. So I'm really sorry, Mel. But I've got work in the morning.
If we're both around at midnight, you should tell us to stop talking.
Yeah, just tell us to bugger off.
Yeah.
But there are Americans in the chat, and possibly some other Aussies. So if you guys need some sprints at about 7 p.m, you know, evening time in the US. Well, it depends on where you are in the US, because it's all confusing. But you know, evening time, you might have just had some dinner, sit down to read. It's a good time for sprints with Mel. And then yeah, that's Mel saying that she's the oldest, which is not true. See, children. She's talking about children. It's fine. I can say ooh, mum stuff. Ali doesn't mind. I don't know if you guys realized the face that Caitlin made. It was one of shock horror of like, you can't say that, Ali. Oh, Alex is coming in. We're apparently having competitions now for who's the oldest. We have 1976. I think you win. I do think you win. Then, yeah, Mel, you're not the oldest. Alex has got you beat by quite a bit. 4:40 p.m. So a few hours until Mel sprints. So you've got some time if you do want to end up joining them. But yes, how did your reading go? Did you pick up a book?
So much happens. So much happens, and I was like trying to contain myself, and I'm like, I can't let on what I'm about to do because then Abby's gonna be somewhat spoiled.
That is true.
There's just so much. Oh, we lost Abby. Abby's gone.
No. I was just taking the opportunity of you having a meltdown to close my window, which is behind the camera. So, you know, it would have been covered regardless. Right, see, Mel has made a good point. Tell the people.
Right, so it's the fourth book in a series. It's a fantastic series. It's a Scottish independent fantasy series. It's like if you like An Ember in the Ashes, or if you like Six of Crows, you're gonna like this. If you wish that An Ember in the Ashes or Six of Crows was Scottish.
Okay, my dear, not everybody wants everything to be Scottish, especially not.
Why not?
Because they're stupid.
I totally get it.
But if you want, like, you know, kind of classic Celtic, like folklore, kind of like vibes like that, you know, like very old British, because obviously that's where the Welsh and the Scots and the ones from Cornwall kind of come. We shove them all in the corners. Then this is the first book, The Stone of Destiny by Caroline Logan. It's a fantastic, fantastic series. I'm very excited to read the final book.
I mean, you could read it now. You could read it today.
No, it's late. Yeah, like they're fine in small doses when they're behaving, and I'm aware that is enough of a niche circumstance that, like, no. I now need to know how old your husband is, because I'm so curious. I think we're similar age. I mean, I'm 26 on the 13th of this month, so if your birthday's soon, Ali, you need to tell me. Don't leave me hanging like this. Now that is the attitude I want when I grow older. I'm not quite old enough yet to be able to claim that. That is the attitude
No,
I want.
Abby, you're totally old enough for that.
Moving
love
on
you.
from you being a little shit, Ali, if you like the Paramore series, then I'm so sorry, but you should also really like these. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. If it's any consolation, these I haven't read the Paramore series for the first time since I was like 11, so I don't know how fast they are to read, not as a reread, but these are incredibly fast. For me, the Paramore series is very fast because I've read it a million times, but these I read recently for the first time, and they are very quick reads. So
Yeah.
Like Mel, it's so
It's
good.
so
I don't know how. I think it would be easier for you if you can do to read it electronically in some fashion, because getting it shipped from Scotland would take time and probably too much money. Like, the physical books are gorgeous, but you're on the other side of the planet. But I really recommend grabbing an ebook if you can, and for the ones that can reach physical books, they're really good. See? So in other words, I'm fine with them for about 3% of their daily life, and I'm being generous. Which is so annoying. Yeah, so pretty close. 26 and he's 40. Well, I'm not 26 yet, but he's had his birthday.
Isn't your birthday next week? That's the 13th next week, right?
Is it? It is. It's in a week and a day. Well, shit.
You could totally open one of your presents a whole week early. May I make a suggestion?
No.
Abby.
They're being opened on the day.
That is so good.
Look, the more presents I have to open on the day, the more work I can avoid by sitting and opening presents. Because I'm at work on my birthday.
Okay, like, granted, but at the same time, like, I'll just send you another book and it's fine. I was going to send you more gifts anyway. So, like...
You're unemployed.
I know. You are my financial responsibility. your birthdays and your Christmases is the financial responsibility that I give myself.
Oh yeah, the one who's unemployed is financially responsible for the one with a job.
Yes! That's how it works in this country.
Ironically, that will be some of my money that you're spending, because my taxes go towards your university.
Ouch!
So yeah, give me books, give me my money back.
Yeah, there you go. I'll do it. Do you want them back? We can do it like this.
No. For anyone who doesn't know, Scotland is free uni, the little shits.
Kind of free. It's kind of free.
Next week, in a week and a day.
I mean,
no.
Next week.
Ali, no. Also, Mel, no. Don't. Both of you. Caitlin, you are a bad influence. We're moving on from this discussion. Nothing's happening next week. It's fine. Yeah, we're not old yet. This is the thing, especially with how old my partner is. Like, if my partner was closer to my age, we could make jokes about me getting old. I can never, ever make a joke about getting old.
Let's be honest, that's totally why you picked them, right? Because then you can always be young. It's like, in comparison.
How rude of the post office. How rude. Alice, I've been trying to get the Pernod books to purchase. One of them was like, oh yeah, haha, I'm going to gift them to Caitlin and make her read them. And then you can't buy them physically in the UK right now. So Ali's sending me a set. So that I have another set on my shelves. Because I can't buy them, so I need them. Look, you have enough editions of Frankenstein that you can shut up.
But that's like... Actually, I was going to say that's one individual book. That kind of just makes it worse.
You are going to have more copies of an individual book than I am going to have individual copies of a series. I'm going to have 9 books in total.
I mean, I feel like...
You have more than 9 Frankensteins.
No, a little bit. But like... I feel like now you're gonna have to do an unhaul, and I feel like I know the perfect series to unhaul.
The Four Treasures series.
No, Twilight. Why on earth would I ask you to unhaul that?
She's upset. Right, you can't even see Twilight on my shelves.
But it's
Like,
the fact of
Twilight
what's there.
is in that corner there. My shelves don't line up perfectly. So behind this shelf, there's a bit of shelving, and I hide certain books back there that I still want to own for various reasons. So, for example, the series that shall not be named is in there, along with Twilight. And for some reason, every time we chat, she sees that corner and she's like, Twilight's in there.
I just, my eyes like legit just like zoned in. I'm like, I know it's there.
You must have seen my copies of Twilight once.
I know, and I'm just so like, it's ingrained into my brain. Like, I'm just so focused on it.
But yeah, this does not give me. I know that we have a different postal system, but this does not bring me hope for the fact that my postal system is supposed to be coming to collect 3 boxes tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed they turn up. I really hope so.
They just go on strike as well.
Yeah, but they said they were turning up tomorrow. I think the strike stopped for now, and then they're doing it again. Ironically, the first day of the strike next is the 13th. My birthday.
They're gonna come to your house. They're gonna see those 3 boxes. They're like, "We're starting our strike again today. No more."
One of them is, I'm aware I'm sending it too late, but it's difficult to leave the house right now because my partner's immunocompromised, so COVID is still real for us. Sending off birthday present for Carrie. Her birthday's on the 15th, so it will arrive too late. I have told her it will arrive too late. But so that's her parcel. And then there's a parcel for you. And then a parcel for Olivia. So Olivia's getting some books that I'm unhauling. I think I packed my bookmark. God damn it, I did. I packed my bookmark in Olivia's box.
I mean, I hope it's a bookmark you don't get it.
I'll just get it back when she sends me something in the future. It'll be fine. And then Caitlin is getting a copy of A River Enchanted, because it is based around old Scotland, but written by an American, and I would like to know her thoughts. I think it is neutral enough that they get away with it. Like it's
I'm ready, cringe.
It's far back enough. Like it's set, like, you know, the same sort of time period as this sort of thing. Like this doesn't have a time period, it's fantasy, but you know what I mean. So it's far back enough that you can get away with it. But I also don't. I will have 2 sets of the Pelennor series, and that is literally because I tried so hard to buy them for her and could not find them anywhere. So it's like, if I in the future want to send a set to her or to anyone else, I won't have a set to send. So if I want to force people to read my favorite series that my channel's named after, I want it. I think I've got a double of something else. I always forget what. I've got one other duplicate and I can't remember why. And then there's one duplicate in the house. Hannah sent me, she was unhauling On the Origin of Species. And so obviously Chris has his fancy edition that we probably won't read from. And then we've got the normal edition to read from, but that's his and mine, so it's not a duplicate. So yeah, it's only really recently that I've done any form of duplication whatsoever. I'm also not the sort of one that gets multiple editions. But it's just the fear of the fact that I can't get the Pelennor series. And Ali decided to take pity on me. So thank you, Ali, for helping me with that. Before anyone's worried, I did pay her. She's just the facilitator for US Amazon. 12 quid. That's a good sale. That is a good sale to grab it. They must not have wanted that. Damn. 12 quid. Ooh. I need to see more pictures of the Fairy Loot one because it looks weird to my brain. Like the Illumicrate version and the standard US version and the standard UK version are all dark. And then the Fairy Loot one is this silver that feels like in pictures it's got like a purpley hue to it. Very mild, very mild. Milder than your cardigan, which no one can tell, but it's purple.
It's lilac.
And so yeah, like, and so I don't know, for some reason, like, my brain's like, you should like this, and I don't know why. You're gonna send what? I assume not the parcels. To just be like, bye.
Right now, it's going to come to your door in a matter of seconds. Let's go.
Yep. Oh no, I didn't think you were criticizing. Don't worry, Mel. I didn't think it was a criticism. Some people do, some people don't. It's something that I've only just ended up doing with a few of the books, and so I'm trying to like figure out in myself, am I going to continue down this line and collect multiple books, or am I not? Oh, I remember what it is that I got 2 editions of. War and Peace.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the pretty one. Right?
Yeah, so I've got the Wordsworth like cheap edition in the same. Where's Dracula? In the same kind as these, where they're really cheap. It cost me £2 in 2016 for the entirety of War and Peace. And then Carrie, for my birthday last year, sent me the Barnes and Nobles special edition. So I kept both because one is the copy that I read, and the other one is absolutely gorgeous. So that's my other one. So I think I might also be doing that with the Count of Monte Cristo. I'm going to be getting duplicate copies of very large classics that I read.
To be fair, they're like trophy books, right? Because they're big enough
like,
to be a trophy.
I need the proof. Like, they're damaged enough that I need them like to be like showing that I've read them.
Yeah,
I've read this.
Yeah, we are the same.
You get me? It's fine. Pictures of the Fairy Loot. Yeah, I assumed. I will see them in a second. My phone is really old. It's still not there. There we go. I have an iPhone 6. See, like, it both is pleasant and disturbing. Is it going to focus?
That's...
Like, it's nice, but my brain just gets confused.
It feels very, like, wintry. I feel like it takes away, like, how daunting it looks.
Oh, the end pages, though. Oh, I didn't know that... Hello, does the focusy thing. Hello, thank you. I didn't know they had that art at the end pages of Victoire and Let. Is that the bitch's name? I don't like her. Oh, and then Under the Dust Jacket, and then there's Braff and there's Robin. Right, Alex, I don't need this boy. Look, so I got this as my present for my 18th birthday. So, present, I'm 26 next week. So as a present to myself, I have ordered, and it's not coming until the week of the 14th to 25th, according to Apple. I'm getting the new iPhone 14 Pro, which is very expensive.
It's been nearly a decade, right, since you've had a new phone?
Yeah. So the iPhone 14 Pro is very expensive, and it's going to be a massive upgrade. Like,
oh, really?
I don't think you all quite understand. So iOS 16 is currently the operating system that the current iPhones are running on. Mine doesn't go past 12.
Oh dear.
Like, I'm looking at and it's got like a special version of 12 for old phones. It can't do all the stuff that 12 could do anyway. So I'm looking at like, what's new in iOS 13, and I'm getting excited. I went and found iOS 13, 14, 15, and 16, like, what's new, and was like, come on, show me the features. So if you've ever wondered why, like, I haven't responded to your message straight away, is because that was actually reasonably quick at opening Twitter just then. It's bad. You've converted me purely with those end pages. Like, the end pages with the art, you converted me. Also, the sprayed edges are very nice. I didn't show them, but they are the Babel Tower.
Oh.
On the sprayed edge, so wow, they're beautiful. Yeah, I think me and Chris have got duplicates of some. Chris has got every single book in the Discworld series, all of them, and I've got like the first 8. So we've got 8 duplicates there. But some of them, not all of them, are like signed first editions because he's been into Discworld for a while. He is old, and Pratchett would always go to York for all the signings, so he'd get them for like birthday and Christmas and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want an iPhone 6? This is another thing. I can't make TikToks or reels on Instagram or anything. I posted a reel on Instagram today, okay? Little plug for my Instagram, at Abby of Palanor. Posted a reel on it. I had to take the footage for that on my DSLR. I had to edit the footage for that on DaVinci, which is an editing software on my laptop. I then had to export it to my phone, and then Instagram crashed 3 times trying to write the post.
Oh, good lord.
And Instagram's like, videos are the latest thing, and I'm like, oh no, I cannot do this. Tony doesn't read. Well, sucks to be Tony. Speaking of, I haven't said what I read. I haven't said what I was reading. We did you. We didn't do me.
Oh yeah.
So I only read this. I didn't get onto any of the others. And barring a singular page, half a page really, I finished yesterday's sections that I should have read. So I'm finally above half a page. It'll be fine. Finally up to date. Now I just have to read today's pages, which is I'm at page 193, and I need to get to page 256, as well as reading a chapter of this. And how many pages? 40 pages of this.
Oh, Abby.
Why did I do this to myself?
I don't know. It's honestly bewildering. Okay, it's weird.
And also, like, so I'm gonna be going on a trip. My partner surprised me with tickets to the England-US women's football match in Wembley, which is on Friday. I'm very excited. I painted my nails as an England flag.
They're so nice. They're so lovely.
This is the only time you will see me as English. The only time. Is the football.
Legally, she's Scottish. According to me, legally, Abby is from Scotland.
I am British. I'm half Scottish, half English. But my parents love all sports. We're a very sport-driven family. Apart from me, I sit on my ass. But they're always watching or actively doing sports. But Dad is the football one, and he's the English one. Therefore, meaning, for me, football is English. Also, it did not help, like, the Scotland football team having Abby supports them cause at the fact that for the past 2.5 decades, you can't even deny this, they've been shit.
I don't know anything about football, so I don't know.
Oh, so bad. Like, they're picking up now, which is weirding me out because I'm hearing stories of them doing well, and I'm like, what do you mean? The Scottish football team scored a goal?
It must have just been you.
Half the time they were shit. I was in Germany. You can't blame me. The Germans were playing perfectly fine. Road. It is.
We said this was going to happen.
So I don't know how I'm gonna manage. I know that Chris is probably gonna stay up late, so even though I won't stay on stream this whole time, I'll probably be up a bit later than midnight in real life, offline.
Oh really? Will you be up a bit later?
We've been trying to go to bed at a reasonable hour, but he's drinking and playing video games with his friends, so that's not happening tonight. So I should hopefully be able to get through it all. I'm assuming her internet just dropped because she's not in the little down bar. She's not anywhere. She's just gone. Oh god. Okay. Krista. Hi. And Ali, your parents like American football, which isn't actually football and is also just the worst. So, Chris, my partner, watches American football. I agree it's not football. It confused, like, why have you called it football when the majority of the game is played with your hands? Like, why? But yeah, Chris supports the San Francisco 49ers. And then one of his best mates supports the Packers. And they are going to be playing, so they're playing in London on the Sunday. So England, US women's football teams are playing on Friday, and the Packers are playing on the Sunday. We didn't know that until after we'd booked our train tickets. But then have always said that they're going to come and watch the Packers play. Hi. And so that means that we have to change all the train tickets around. So then Chris is going to be going to both matches over the weekend. So we've got a really football heavy weekend, whatever your definition of the game is. Welcome back.
Thank you. You know how we were just mentioning about your phone being really old? My phone from like this year has had enough. It's so finished.
Yeah, but you can actually do this on your phone.
That's true.
I'm on a laptop. Like, this would not manage it. You think it can function? No. I've never watched hockey. I played it a little bit in school. My PE, physical education, my PE class, I think Americans call it gym, at school during like my teenage years, was a really good PE class. We always like played sports properly. If people didn't get on with sports, like everyone was nice about it. Like normally in PE in Britain, it's awful. I had a really weirdly nice class for my PE. Apart from one time we played hockey, and half of the girls just decided to cheat the entire time. And all of the rest of us were so frustrated that we just told the PE teacher, we're never playing hockey again, you know that, right? Like, never. She's like, why is it they all cheated? They cheated, I was like, okay, you're sensible about everything else. No more hockey. I was like, perfect, thank you. We played it once, they cheated, we never played it again for 2 years. The next lesson was supposed to be hockey again. Instead, she got out the skateboards. We went skateboarding instead. It was great. Literally cannot skate because your ankles give out. Yeah, I did ballet for 13 years. Never got to go on point because my ankles are too weak.
That's a commitment.
I feel your pain. Yeah, it's shit. 13 years of ballet, never once went on point because my legs are too weak. Road. Now I need to find another alarm.
Maybe not one that screams at the ends, please.
How rude.
See, one that doesn't sound like someone is being murdered in your house. If we could maybe make that a guideline.
I mean, yeah, I don't particularly think that we need, like, music going on either. Like, can it not just be quiet?
Was the music the whole way through it?
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to read to this? Oh, that is a good point, Ali. 1, bitch, I'm looking for the timer. And 2, yes. Planet M. Where are they? She made some videos to use. Do you want Autumn Leaves, ASMR, or Jane Eyre inspired.
Oh,
So,
we'll see.
Autumn or your least favourite classic apart from Hard Times by Charles Dickens, but one of my favourites.
See, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm really curious to see the Jane Eyre one.
Alright, we'll do that. It is also... Ooh, that's much more peaceful music.
Oh, good.
That's readable. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that's readable. You'll hear it when I actually share my screen. Alex, we're not trying to make Mel and Ali have heart attacks. So however much I wish I could, I think they would both hop on planes to see me and kill me. Yes, it is. I can hear it. It's I don't know if you guys can hear it through the monitor. You'll hear it when I share the screen, but yeah, it's got soft piano music in the background. So if you don't like that, you can obviously mute thine device. Don't know why thine. But yes, so we'll do that. Let me pop it on. That sounds about right. See, Alex, I told you. Think of the children. The really annoying children. Maybe we'll do that for another one at some point. But this time it is 45 minutes long, so I do not know whether we will do another sprint after this or not. Because we're supposed to go to bed. Will we? Who knows?
I think we should stop lying to ourselves. I feel like that's what they tell you to do in order to gain more respect for yourself.
Look, you think I have any internal respect anyway?
Yeah, but maybe if we just stop with the lying to ourselves, that would maybe make an improvement.
But that's no fun. There we go, that should be better.
That's really pretty. I love that.
It is, like if I just kind of like scrub it through so we can see the vibes. Castle.
Oh, I love this. This actually makes me want to read Jane Eyre and enjoy it.
It's a gothic classic.
Where's the gothic?
The tortured childhood. The abuse.
I mean, yeah, it's sad, but like in terms of like an actual like gothic, it just doesn't fit the criteria.
Yes, it does.
You know, I am filming a video. Not filming. I'm planning a video where this is going to come up. So, if you want my proper argument for this, wait a couple months.
I feel like we need to get Hannah from Ladder M, who made these, on board, because can I remind you that she has an English degree. She's got a writing master's. She is the host and the creator of Gothtober, and she's the one who made this video, Jane Eyre inspired, for Gothtober. She was also an English teacher. Good luck, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
I get it. I get it, but I also have history on my side. Literature history. Listen, read Wuthering Heights and then you'll understand why Jane Eyre is not a gothic.
I read Wuthering Heights.
How can you still say that Jane Eyre is a gothic classic?
How is it not?
There's just so many things that kind of go into the criteria of gothic. If we're talking about gothic romanticism, which is the original genre, which obviously stemmed from romanticism, Percy Shelley, the dickhead that he is, then for Jane Eyre to be gothic, it cannot be. It cannot be the way it is. It's very Jane Austen-y. So it is very much like, I don't know what you'd call that. I guess sensational fiction, but that didn't come out until after Jane Eyre. But if the times lined up better, Jane Eyre would be more of a sensationalist novel than a gothic novel. It just came out in the gothic time periods. I will write an essay on this if you want me to.
Let me just. How do I mute you? There we go. I've muted you. Wonderful. Hate both Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre.
How do you hate Wuthering Heights? How does one hate Wuthering Heights? Okay.
Also, I'm aware what you tried to type. I'm aware it's a typo, but not goose is my favorite thing I've ever seen.
Yes, beautiful.
Sorry, Lizzie, I love you, but God, I love that. But yeah, I'm very curious. I can understand why someone would hate Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre, because I've already I understand why Caitlin doesn't like Jane Eyre. I understand. Do I agree? No, but I understand. Wuthering Heights is the same. Because let's be real, Heathcliff needs a fucking slap. Like, if it had my parents, man would have grown up differently.
Yeah.
Like, you think my parents would have let him go around doing all of it? No. Douche. I do not condone violence against children. I am joking. I was raised by military parents, okay? Leave me and my trauma alone. But yes, we're going to do a 45-minute reading sprint. I'm going to go downstairs and get my meds, because I need to take those. And hopefully I can get through. Yeah. I'm at page 190 and I need to hit 150. So let's hope that I can hit 120 before the end of the sprint. 120.
I believe in you, Abby. I believe that you're going to be able to get to that mark. I do not believe that you're going to be able to get to the rest of the reading you were supposed to do today. Give yourself a break.
I did not get to 19 books last month by giving myself a break.
But this means you can take a break this month.
But I'm going to be away for days anyway when I go to London. I can't take the books with me. Anyway. Shush or I'll shush you. Mute your mic. Reading time. I shushed myself by accident. Fuck off. Hello. How was that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can stop. Okay. Okay. Is that all we're getting?
I almost cried. I almost screamed. Anyway, I'm now 50% through.
You almost cried and you're not even halfway through.
It's a book. It is a time.
Oh no. Ah. Well, I managed to get to page 100 and her phone died again. For God's sake. Well, I'm gonna have to repeat this when she gets back. But I got to page 154 and I was ending at page 256. So once again, one page off of finishing the section. But yes, so I just need to do that, and then I will have read yesterday and today's chapters for my buddy read. So I've not done Dracula and I've not done the Gilded ones, but I'll take what I can get. Because I'm this tired. So let's see what happened whilst we were away. So Ali has read no classics, which clearly needs to be altered. Just like Caitlin needs to alter her phone.
I know, we were talking about your phone and my phone was like, here, let's join in the game. Let's be that level.
Right. Just to quickly backtrack, I told the watchers whilst we awaited you. So I had to try to read the entire, you know how I was going to try and get to page 220.
Mm-hmm.
To read the whole thing was 256. I got to page 254.
Counts.
But last time I was one page off, and this time I'm one page off. Why?
Just, it counts.
But yes, so I'll have to read one more page. But I've read the sections of this. I'm very happy. Very pleased with myself. But yes, so Ali has said that she's read literally no classics and that she wants to read the Gothic ones. Wuthering Heights is a time. I don't know that it's the best one to start with.
No. It's not.
Maybe Frankenstein?
Yeah. I feel like you should read Frankenstein even if you don't want to read classics at all. You should just read Frankenstein.
I shouldn't have mentioned Frankenstein. She's obsessed. I'm looking at my classic shelf before you think I'm just insane. Well, I am.
I would recommend Graham Greene.
Graham
Greene is a good place to start.
Do not read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's a waste
Oh,
of
absolutely your life. Not. Oh my god.
Not patchy. However, The Picture of Dorian Gray is short and interesting.
It's really good.
That could be a good starting spot because it's Gothic and a short classic. It still feels long. It's a classic, but it's short and it's a really interesting concept. So genuinely, I think that could be. I know that you love Frankenstein, but I think that could be a good place to start.
And that's how we started, because in high school, secondary school, whatever, we had two classics. It was Frankenstein and The Picture of Dorian Gray. So we literally started with the two of them at the same time. So yeah, no, I agree with you. But also Frankenstein.
I mean, the first classics that I read were children's classics, so I was looking at them, I was like, none of them are really Gothic, so they don't really count.
I would not recommend starting with Jane Eyre. In fact, I would not recommend reading Jane Eyre. I would recommend skipping that one.
One day I will make you read the abridged version I read as a child, and you will understand my love.
See, that's the problem with it, is that it's too long.
Right, yeah, no, Wuthering Heights is not... I mean, I guess technically it is a story about two people in love, but it's not a love story. Everyone is awful. That's the point of Wuthering Heights, is that everybody is either awful or dumb. I mean, like, I think that what's her name and Heathfield do love each other, but in like the worst, most toxic way possible. And they also hate each other at the same time. But there is some weird love situation in there. I don't blame you for not dealing with it. If it hadn't have been a classic, I wouldn't have pushed through. And because of her. Then yeah, I would not have finished it. I'm glad I did. Because it's very enjoyable in that the people are awful. Like, if you go into it being like, these people are awful human beings, then it's enjoyable. Although I do not understand, me and Caitlin had this discussion at the time, why some people thought Heathcliff was white after reading.
Yeah, no, I love that because it literally says in the first page that he's introduced. Oh dear Lord.
From the start. From the start.
Those are the sciencey people that are skim reading instead of reading.
Like, oh, he ain't white. He ain't white. It's just a fact, he ain't white. Yeah, in terms of how much I read last month, literally, when Ali made the graphics, she did some last month as well, just for September generally, but she's made some graphics for Gothtober. So if you want to go check those out on Instagram, she's at Catastrophe. And yeah, so she made those, and last month she just made one for September, and I had to use 2 of them. So this month she made the normal one and then a bigger one in case I do it again, which I really appreciate. Thank you. Then Lizzie headed off to bed, so she'll be gone now. But bye, Lizzie. Rosie has just joined. Good evening, good night, hello. I don't know what time of day it is where you are, but hi. And Sam should be packing, but she's procrastinating and reading 30 pages of Wrath instead. That is the best kind of procrastination. Like,
it's technically not procrastinating. You're getting 2 things done, regardless.
She is a bad influence. Then Lydia says, hello. Gonna be flicking between Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng and The Winners by Frederick Bachman. Oh no!
I've seen people be destroyed by that book.
The reason I said oh no is because Caitlin got me this because she wants to buddy read it at some point. I don't think it's going to happen this year. It's going to be 2023 that we read this.
I don't think. I mean, at least I'm not ready for it emotionally.
You will never be ready for it.
I bought it and then I read the content notes and I was like, oh dear. No, thank you. Not today.
Yeah. We were going to read it at one point and then I had like a rough time and Caitlin was like, we're not reading it now. I was like, oh, okay.
No.
Understood. Let's put it back under To the Lighthouse.
To the Lighthouse. When are you picking that up, Abby?
I really don't know. I've got no idea. I've not even thought about my November TBR yet. I've got 1 book on it. 1.
Put To the Lighthouse on it.
No. Maybe.
It's a good summer book. I read it in the summer. It is about a summer holiday. You should read it in the summer.
Then why are you telling me to read it in November?
Because at the same time I'm so excited and I can't decide. So.
Well, you said it's a summer read, so I'm gonna wait for the right vibes.
I'll hold you to it.
I know you will. And Lydia read around 39 pages in that spring. Well done. That is a fair amount. How much did you read?
The same.
Nice. What was mine? You're making me do maths, the both of you. Evil.
I mean, if 60. I can do it.
I read about 60 pages.
That's impressive.
So yeah, after 4 days reading, I didn't read for one of the days, and then I read 2 days worth. on the 4th day. I'm at page like 250 roughly, so. Then Rosie got to page 206 of The Stand, and it doesn't even look like
dear
she's
Lord.
read that much. And then her boyfriend got up to page 21 in The Burning God. I need to read The Poppy War. I still not read it.
Is that what book is that in that series?
Oh, I don't remember which one. Let me see. The Burning God is the last one in the trilogy.
Okay. Oh. Those are thick books. And I keep wanting to pick it up because it looks gorgeous, but at the same time I'm like, oh, you're very, very big.
Once again, War and Peace.
Yeah, but that...
Let me see. This is... I'm trying not to spoil myself. The Things I Do for You. 527 pages. That's not that much.
If you're going to compare it to War and Peace, then no. But at the same time, like, yes.
How big is the book you're reading?
439. But it's a fast book. It's so quick. It's like I could get through this tomorrow if I wanted to. I'm just holding off because of my fucking dissertation. Don't go to uni. Don't ever go to university. It's never a good fucking idea.
Well, this is on my backup TBR for this month, and if I don't get to it this month, then I'm either reading it next month or December. Not sure which.
Wait till December and we can read it together.
But then if I wait to December, that means I have to read Dune next month.
Just read it next month.
But then if I read it next month, I'd have to read Dune in December.
Yeah, just push that off as much as possible, though. Just push it off. Just keep pushing it off. Don't read it.
Well, right. It's one of Chris's favourites. Like, he really liked Dune. He wants to see the film adaptation because he loved it when he was younger, when he read it when he was a teenager. And yeah, I won't watch the film with him until I've read the book. So I have to read it.
It just sounds so dense, though.
Yeah, but then to be fair, have you been seeing what I've been reading lately?
No, I don't think so.
A lot of dense books. Look, it's not my fault my September wrap-up isn't up yet. YouTube still hasn't done the subtitles.
I am looking forward to it.
I keep refreshing the page. Like, I've refreshed it just now. Still, the subtitles aren't done yet. But yes. So, nobody's ready for the winners emotionally. Oh, no.
I do want to read a Frederick Backman book, though. I just don't want to start with A Man Called Ove, because, like, too much. And the winners is the last book in a trilogy. So, like, where does one start?
At the beginning.
Where does one start without being so emotionally damaged at the end of it?
You don't. And Rosie says that her boyfriend's really happy he's read Poppy War and finished Oh, damn! So he's going straight from Dragon Republic into Burning Gods. Oof.
Impressive.
I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I did this once where I read it back to back to back when I was like 14, 15. And all of the books melded into one. And so now you cannot ask me my opinions on one because I don't know. I know it is one book in my mind. Like, this would be a good tactic for me to do with Lord of the Rings because it's intended as one book, but if it's meant to be separate books, cannot read them back to back. So now I leave like a month minimum between books.
While we're on this topic, did you read A Sky Beyond the Storm? The last in Ember in the Ashes book.
I only read the first two, so no.
Okay, so there's the problem. I thought you had read Reaper.
No, I've read Ember and Torch.
Right, we've got some problems here. We've got a conversation.
And then I had really ugly editions, so one of them was ugly and one of them wasn't. So I unhauled them. I need to get the series at some point.
So we know what we're doing for Abby's birthday this year. Next week.
This is how she makes me read the books that she wants me to read. She just buys them for me. I feel like I should have a separate section of my TBR that is just books from Caitlin. that don't count towards my TBR because she's just making me read them.
I mean, somewhere I've got a list of Abby's books. So, like, I feel like that's fair.
You don't own them, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, like, when we're just talking about how I'm unemployed, I'm also a uni student, and, like, I don't have any time.
If you had an efficient list, I would get to them. My Goodreads is updated with perfection. You can see exactly which books I own and which books I own and are on my TBR and which books I don't own and are on my want to read, and I have the wish list. Yours, fucking mess.
It makes sense to me.
That is not helpful.
It's helpful to me. I was like, I was trying to explain my Notion page in my vlog that's going up this Sunday, and I was like, this makes no sense. No one's gonna get this but me.
I purposely not touched Notion because I'm not doing that. I don't have time to figure that out.
I mean, you have the spreadsheet. You don't need Notion. I need Notion.
Yes.
Because it just breaks it all down for me, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. My little brain, my little pea-sized brain can handle this information.
Rosie's boyfriend hasn't cried. Okay, from everything. To be fair, I didn't cry at Babel, and everyone was worried about crying at Babel because of the Poppy War.
Oh.
So I will save judgment on your boyfriend until I've read the Poppy War trilogy. Then I will judge him. But I'm assuming from what you said that you might have read them, and if so, you're judging the fact that he hasn't cried, in which case I'm probably going to join you. I cry reasonably easily. Like, it's not too difficult to make me cry.
Abby. That breaks my little heart. That's so sad.
Oh, I'm so sorry for getting emotionally attached to my books. The House in the Cerulean Sea, when I read it, made Chris very concerned about me.
Oh yeah. I remember us having that conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, The House in the Cerulean Sea has issues surrounding it, but I can't do anything other than rate it 5 stars because I cried so severely that my partner genuinely thought that there was like some genuine like emotional distress, some sort of turmoil in my life. He was so concerned. And I'm trying to explain it that it's just the book, and he's like, it can't be just the book with the amount that you're crying. Like, what's it set off? Like, what else? Like, what, has it linked to that's caused you to cry? And I'm like, it's literally just the book.
It's trying to like unpack all of your trauma in the one moment. It's literally just this is it. This is my trauma. This book.
He trained psychologist, psychotherapist, and counselor. So yes, he was trying to unpack the trauma, and I was like, no. Put things back. It's just the book.
Oh dear.
Okay, either that is a glowing indictment of Beartown, or Ove isn't that good. I really need to check with Veronica how to say man called Ove. Ove.
I've heard people say Obi. That's the most pronounced version of it.
But people are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if you made me say that title, A Man Called Ove, do I know it's right? No. I don't know. You've got to say something for the title. You can't, well, unless you're me, you can't go A Man Called Ove. I will probably do that if I don't check the pronunciation before a TBR video.
Oh god.
Either that, or I'll get Veronica to send me in a voice clip of her saying it, because she's Swedish, the same as the author.
You should do that.
Insert that over my voice. Be beautiful. No,
when you figure it, let the rest of us know.
I will. I have already asked her. We've already had this discussion, and I've already forgotten. It's not good. But yes, I think that this is going to be us done for the evening, I believe.
Oh, really? It's 20 past 11 and we're done.
Yeah. Hey, this is earlier than I thought we would be, so...
Same.
But yes, so in the UK it is 11:20 at night, so I know that you Americans and Australians are either much earlier, later, I don't know which way. It's too late at night for me to do that. But I know most of the people online right now are at very different time zones. So I'm sure you guys are all having a blast, but for us, we're tired. Having a blast, but tired. And I need to finish that last page for today's section of Pillars of the Earth and then clean the bathroom.
You're not going to clean your bathroom. Just promise me you're not going to clean your bathroom, please, Abby.
I'll send myself with me with the yellow gloves. It needs doing.
It can be done tomorrow while you're at work. You work from home. You can work.
I already have to do the dusting and the hoovering tomorrow when I'm at work.
We'll do it. What day is it after tomorrow? Do it on Friday.
You know what? I'm going to do mine.
I'm doing mine on Sunday. When do you get back from London?
Until like midnight on Sunday.
We can both do it then. We can video call each other at midnight on a Sunday and we'll do it together. At least then you won't have read and at least then your brain will be fresh. Right?
Midnight.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I have taken off the Monday off of work as my birthday.
Why don't we just do it on the Monday then?
That makes more sense. But
okay,
I
so
can't leave the bathroom that long, so I'm going to do it now.
Abby.
Right, when I say the bathroom, I've already sprayed down most of the shower. It's an ensuite. We don't use the actual bathroom. Like, we just shut the door on that and no one goes in. So it's just an ensuite. So I've already done the shower cubicle. It's just the sink and the toilet.
That's still a lot.
15-20 minutes.
That's a lot of time, Abby. Go to bed.
Well, I'm not going to go to bed anyway. He's still awake.
Screw him.
That also doesn't send me to bed.
Oh my god. I knew as soon as it came out my mouth how it sounded, like I just didn't think you were going to catch on.
I was like, should I? But yes, Sam has said thank you for this range. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that, well, I hope the packing goes well, but I do hope that you stop for the night. Because, I mean, maybe I can't speak because I'm going to go clean the toilets, but you know what I mean, Sam, okay? You need a break. Packing is more tiring than cleaning toilets.
Yes, everyone needs a break. If it's 11:20, go to bed.
Sam's in our time zone. Rosie says thanks for this ring. You're very welcome. And Lydia is saying good night as well. Uva. I will have to check with Veronica and just get the pronunciation. Oh, I've got another Swedish friend, Annie. I have to check with one of them and just be like, one of you, tell me, how do I say this? Record a voice note so I can come back to it. Good. I shall think of you when I'm cleaning the bathroom.
Can you also just follow suit?
I've got work to do tomorrow. I'm going to be off for 2 days.
Well, work, right?
No, I actually have shit to do.
Shit to do, right?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Caitlin will not get a job. Because no one will hire her after seeing that. I have shit to do. Anyway, we're gonna go. This is what we get like. This is why we never end our calls when we have private chats. Because we get like this. So I'm gonna dip out, otherwise we will end up staying for far too long and I'll never get that bathroom cleaned.
This is early, to be fair.
It is. So everyone, make sure you go and subscribe to Caitlin. If you're here, you probably subscribe to me. In fact, she's actually aesthetic. Don't even fight me on this. Aesthetic as all hell.
Excuse you? Me?
You're excused. Like, just I recommend that you check her channel out because it is genuinely the latest vlog. Mwah, beautiful. Also, kitty cats. And she reads a lot of classics and some fantasy, and she's doing an English degree. So, be followed to me, so there's no point in plugging me. So, thanks for being here. So yeah, we're gonna head to bed. Is there anything else you want to plug or anything?
My phone just had like a full on like.
Oh no.
It was. It's back now, I think. Am I back? Am I still here?
You're fine. I just asked you to plug something if you wanted to before you went, and then you froze. So.
Just Abby. I just want to plug Abby. Can we all appreciate this wonderful human being? My ego is gonna burst. I'm gonna go downstairs and my head's just gonna burst into flames from all the hot air that's just been funneled into it right now. But yes, Abby, we love Abby. I love Abby, and I think everyone else should love Abby. Also, it's her birthday next week, and also she has a wish list. So if you want, you could always send her a book. If you don't have money, you could always watch her videos. There's always a way. I recommend definitely watching the videos either way.
No one, please feel like you have to buy me a present, okay?
You must watch her channel though. This is a requirement.
Okay, so we're gonna go before Caitlin actually goes around to everyone's house and forces them to come and watch.
Who's to say I haven't done that already?
It wouldn't surprise me. So we're gonna go now, okay? Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye. This is for the best.
Folks. Have a great night or rest of your day for those in Australia. Have a good one. Bye, guys.